Hey Fab Ones, this is Carla Ray and this is Carla Ray's Reality Check. Check as in check marks the spot where you'll hear the news and my views on that succulent mess we call reality TV. Who's getting checked this week? Why, it's RHOA, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The hot mess hussies from Hotlanta, Kim, Kandi, Phaedra, Sheree, Cynthia, and of course Miss Nene are back and I couldn't be happier. Holla! If you have an appetite for Southern fried cray-cray with all the fixins, grab yourself an empty plate, cause in this reality check, everybody's gonna get served. Sheree tried to serve Nene some humble pie, but Nene was already full of herself. I'll get to that juicy bit a little later. Let the festivities begin. Being the good hostess that I am, I'm going to start with some light appetizers. Her waitress, Kim Z, is very pregnant. It's not as if you can be a little pregnant. With Atlanta Falcons tight end, which may not be his real position, Kory's baby. Kim and Kory, who's 8 years her junior if you believe Kim and 20 years her junior if you believe your lying eyes, are getting ready to move into their mansion-like home, complete with a swimming pool, basketball court, and wigatorium. Kim is still doing what Kim does. Absolutely friggin' nothing. Recently, she did manage to haul that ass down the aisle to wed Kory on 11/11/11, the most magical day of the year when pigs fly and when doesn't stink. What does stink, that it appears, according to Twitter, and Kim's daughter, Brielle, that Sweetie, Kim's maid assistant, who we see it in at least the first 2 episodes, didn't quite make the trip to the big house. It seems that Sweetie has been emancipated. Free at last, thank God almighty, she free at last. Hopefully she's free to get rid of that 10 Shades Too Light foundation she's been wearing, which gave her that freshly embalmed look. And speaking of the dead, or rather maybe deadly serious, Phaedra is thinking about getting into the funeral business because she's had such a good time planning her great aunt's funeral with the help of funeral director to the stars, Mr. Willie. Phaedra just loves all that pomp and circumstance, like top hats and horse-drawn carriages. Sounds like a boatload of fun to me. Not. Since sympathy is for suckers, at Phaedra's funeral home, compassion will come with a price, only to be awarded to those whose insurance policies are in check. Now that's a woman with a heart of stone. Kandi has a heart for women who get satisfaction from self-satisfying and is looking to get into the adult toy business and checked out some high-end apparatuses with Phaedra and Sheree. Okay, what kind of freak of the week spends his waking hours cooking up this kind of crazy? I want to know. And speaking of freaky, not freaky, Kandi says she's going to be looking to perhaps write songs for vibrators. Yes, vibrators that are capable of playing tunes downloaded from iTunes. Okay, a playlist for your got it. And moving right along, Cynthia opened a modeling school because she believes that the ATL is going to become the next thing in fashion, which will happen somewhere around the time when Jesus comes again. She's gotten Miss J, runway coach of ANTM fame, America's Next Top Model, to spend a day with the potential students at an open call with hopes that he can turn girls who look like they just worked the corner into models who can work the runway. From the looks of what showed up at the open call, Cynthia has her work cut out for her. Someone who believes she was cut out of some cash by Nene was Sheree, who went whining to Lawrence, the hairdresser, whose freak flag is never at half-staff. Lawrence took a break from his recording session. I'm over it. He keeps screaming the song, I'm so sick of it. I'm over it. To listen to Sheree tell him how Nene tried to backdoor her on some hosting opportunity in Philly and that Nene's head was getting too big. And Lawrence was like, yes, yes, yes. And Sheree also said that Donald Trump only wanted Nene on Celebrity Apprentice because she, Nene, was an irate, crazy bitch. Is that all? Where's my Trump check? And speaking of Trump checks, Miss Nene, who says she's been getting all kinds of offers since Celebrity Apprentice, used some of those Trump earnings to buy a new car for her son and paid for it cash. Bloop, bloop. Thanks to Donald Trump, Nene has learned that all things are negotiable and got the 14.9 car for 13.5. Dear Fap Ones, here's the main course, the beef between Nene and Sheree. Okay, Sheree had told Lawrence that she and Nene were going to meet up and kind of talk it out about this whole Philadelphia event hosting planning nonsense. Nene arrives at the restaurant first, and she orders a drink for Sheree, who hasn't arrived yet, because she knows, Nene knows, that Sheree is always thirsty. Okay, when Sheree arrives, Nene lets Sheree know that she, Nene, has no desire to get out of character with Sheree, to be interpreted as, I will not beat you like a runaway slave if you so much as get up in my face, you silly trick, and was open to hearing Sheree out. Sheree was like, Nene, you done me wrong. Black women should stick together, blah, 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 blah. And I can prove you done me wrong. I'm gonna call Tyrone. Nene's like, what? You gonna call Tyrone? Why you gonna call Tyrone? Well, you can call Tyrone, but I'm gonna call my assistant Diana, because Diana handles all of my business. Okay, you have Nene calling her assistant, and Sheree calling Tyrone. Therein lies the difference, Fab Ones. I remember when Sheree had assistants, and Sheree's assistants had assistants. Then somewhere, somehow, something went very wrong, or very right. At least for me anyway. Nene was like, just because you didn't get the memo doesn't mean your ass ain't gonna get read, and told Sheree that while Sheree, was running to Tyrone, Nene, was running to the bind, and let her know that her paper was long, and the only thing long on Sheree was her thirsty wagging tongue. Somebody wants to be a billionaire, so bleeping bad. Sheree told Nene she needed to get her teeth fixed and attempted to do more reading of her own, but all she could find was a dusty old book talking about how Nene's first car was repoed in the parking lot of Home Depot. Hey, Sheree, why you talking about Nene's first car? What about your last car? Where's it at? Big old, luxury vehicle you were riding around in last season. Oh, I thought so. Nene walked the hell up out of there. Sheree followed yapping away, talking about that heifer knows not to mess with her. That Sheree, was too classy to whoop up on Nene's behind in a restaurant, but will be more than happy to beat her ass in an alley. Miss Nene was highly upset, and Cynthia visited Nene at her home to comfort her. Nene got to crying the ugly cry as she was feeling like hot Lana had turned into hate Lana. But with that said, when it comes down to it, tricks and hoes may throw their stones, but they will never hurt her. When someone hits her below the belt, it's all mother suckers. Tears may be shed today, but blood may be shed tomorrow. As Miss Nene declares, I'm not gonna stab you in the back, I'm gonna stab you in the chest. Well, Fab Ones, that's about the best hot mess I've had in a while. It's finger snapping good. Well, Fab Ones, that's it from me for now. This is Carla Ray, and that was your reality check.